Peace, peace, peace. What's good? What's good? I decided to pull a card because I have so much going on in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit. And I really just set intentions for whatever message is meant to be felt, is meant to be shared, is meant to resonate, for it to come out. And it's a beautiful card. It is the star. The star. And I really don't even know I don't know how you say this. I think it's Oriole. Oriole? No. Oriole? I don't know. But that bird. It says, you are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. And what it says in the book for it, it's also a major arcana. So that always has a lot to do with major life events. Oriole, faith, the end of challenging times, happiness, optimism, and hope. Orioles are a sign of good fortune and promise. Their arrival is an indicator that the challenges you've recently been going through are coming to an end. In their place, you'll discover a resurgence of optimism that you may not have felt for some time. Worry is dispelled by positivity, fear by hope. Joy has come home to roost. The oriole is a beautiful bird set to bring sunshine back into your life. Its vivid orange color symbolizes a brighter future and much, much better things to come. It's time to turn away from what has worried you and instead look forward to a positive transformation. Because the eggs of the oriole hatch in around 14 days, the bird can indicate that happy changes will occur within 2 weeks. The oriole asks that you sing a happy tune and expect only the happiest of outcomes. Definitely receive that. Receive that. I don't know. I mean, obviously, whoever is aligned with receiving this message is experiencing whatever you're experiencing in your life. And I know that me personally, there's been a lot of things going on. There's been a lot of things going on. And especially today, I mean, I have waves of emotions always coming through. But this evening, I've been very emotional with my dog Shelby that is still not back home with me. And that's why it really made me want to get a little bit emotional when it was saying joy has come home to roost. I was just reading in my mind, Shelby has come home to roost. I feel like this also really resonates with all this energetic change going on collectively with shifting. I mean, I really resonate with it because I've been feeling a really big shift, like shedding this snake skin and moving forward into this energy of this horse and allowing ourselves to feel and embrace all of that momentum. And the horses are also so intuitive. They pick up on people's energies. That's why if your energy is calm, they'll be calm. If your energy is chaotic, they will literally kick you off of them. Which is also very important for us to also remind ourselves of, that whatever energies it is that we're giving out, as always, I just think it's going to be a lot more prominent where our intuition is going to get a lot more heightened. And it's also up to us for us to discern what energies we want to keep around us. Kind of like the horse, if it's feeling an unpeaceful energy, it doesn't want it to be around it. And it's not to say like boot everybody out of your life that's not on a peaceful vibration. But what I am saying is to place your peace first and do whatever it is that you need to do to protect your peace and protect your love for yourself. And I also feel like this message really resonates because I personally really know how confusing life can get, how challenging it can get in different times, because we're constantly in a state of unknowingness. We're constantly in a state of not like fully unknowingness, because regardless we always have a knowingness within us. But we're still human. So we're literally just we're gliding through this life, unsure of what's going to happen, unsure of what's going to play out next in our lives, unsure of where we might end up, unsure so much. We're unsure. Every single person in this life is unsure of when our clock of life is going to just stop ticking one day. And I feel like at the same time, yeah, that makes it challenging and different in so many different moments and so many different experiences in our life. But at the same time, there's such a beauty to that because anything can happen. And I feel like that's also why it's so crucial for us to always remain in a state of faith, in a state of faith, in a state of trusting, in a state of the knowingness that does live within us, that knows that there is a higher power that knows everything we don't know, that knows what's going to be our next move, that knows what's for us and what's not for us, that knows every step of the way that we're going to take. It knows what was written beyond the stars before we agreed to come here to this earth. It knows all of that. And I feel like that's what's gotten me through so many things. That's what's getting me through this experience in my life. I'm not having my little girl Shelby, literally my partner who's been with me for 13 years. Who legit knows way more than anyone knows. She's been with me through so much. It's not that I have secrets, but there's so much that I have not shared about my life. And every time as I think back to so many of those moments, Shelby was right there with me. And as a person who has done so much alone in her life and not shared a lot of emotions with the world and kept to herself and just really stayed hidden in so many ways, physically, emotionally, spiritually, through all of that, Shelby has seen and been with me through everything. So, yeah, it's really difficult. It is difficult. I'm on a roller coaster of emotions. But what does stay on a high, what doesn't drop at all, is my faith and me knowing that there is this higher power that knows exactly where she is, that knows exactly what day it is that I'll be able to find her and bring her back home and hold her in my arms and look into her eyes once again. And if there's anything that we can do to keep our spirits high, it's that. It's to just remember and remind ourselves of this source that not only lives within us, but lives within everything that exists. 1114. Yeah, I said 14 days on the Oreo card. Oreo. I don't know why it doesn't sound correct, but what's correct anyway, especially with words? To some, it's one way, to others, it's another way. We're all just gliding through this life. 1144, we're all just gliding through this life. And I say gliding because I was thinking about the other day how I was flying in my dream and just feeling myself just glide through the wind and just glide through the trees. And I feel like that's us in this life. We're gliding through the winds and we're gliding through trying not to hit different things and trusting in whatever it is that's keeping us in the air, even though we can't see it. We can't see what it is that we can't see this huge creation, but we can see it in so many different ways. I'm seeing it in everything I'm seeing right now in the plant and in this house and in my other little kids, this phone. Like, we can see this creation that's a part of so many different things. And that's our connection to it, our connection to ourselves. When we look into the mirror and we see, when we look into our eyes, it's a gentle reminder that there's something way more bigger than what we realize. When you really think of all of these small things, but that are really big, you are able to, we're able to ground ourselves again in this incredibly powerful creation that there really is. Confirmation moth or whatever, just so I don't know. So my voice is giving out. I don't know why. Every single time I'm trying to make a video, my voice just, it's like if there's a volume, a remote in my throat or something, and it's just like putting the volume down every single time, and I have to like push it out. It's like an energy that's forcing me to push my voice out and not silence myself, especially when it has to do with emotions. Because if anyone knows, I know that I've done that so much, silencing my emotions and silencing myself and silencing my energy. So this is also to whoever it is that also struggles with that or is growing through that just as much as I am. 1444. Push through every obstacle, push through every challenge, push through every discomfort. because you owe it to yourself. I know that for a long time already, it's like I reached the top where I'm like, okay, no, I can't keep doing what I've been doing. I can't keep silencing myself the way I have been because I deserve my own peace. Because that shows me that I'm lacking that self love in that area where I feel like something else is more important than me speaking my feelings or than me sharing how I'm truly feeling or me sharing my voice. And as long as I'm coming from a peaceful place and I'm saying it with love and kindness, then I am worthy of speaking. I am worthy of sharing. I am worthy of not suppressing my emotions. And that's with every emotion. I feel like for so long too, I was suppressing emotions of when I would feel mad or when I'd feel disappointed or when I'd feel heartbroken or whatever it is. Thinking that those aren't good emotions to feel because I didn't want to feel like I was a bad person for feeling it. But those are also they're also emotions. They're also it's energy in motion that we're meant to release. We're meant to feel it, understand why we're feeling it, why that emotion's coming to us. When did it surface? How did it surface? When did it begin? That way we can find an ending in that moment for it and allow it to pass, as opposed to allowing it to trap inside our body, which that's something that I did for so long. And that's why I've also been having to do so many different body movements and stretches and things like this, where I blocked my throat chakra for so long, I silenced myself for so long, and now it's been it's been so long that I've been growing through it, working through it. It's still a challenge. But it all begins also with us realizing that we're worthy of all that. We're worthy of pushing through the discomfort. We're worthy of putting in the effort to balance what's going on within us, to find an equilibrium with our energies so that we can be more at peace with ourselves, so we can be more at peace with life, so that we can feel more aligned with ourselves. And the more we align with ourselves, the more we're aligned with this higher power that dwells within us. When we're disconnected from ourselves, we're disconnected to an extent to that source. We're disconnected to our intuition. When we're not trusting ourselves, we're not trusting our intuition because we don't know if it's an intuition or if it's just our mind playing games with us. But when you're in tune and in alignment with yourself, then you know the difference because you're consciously aware, you're mindful of all these energies, you're mindful of your own energy, you're in tune with your emotions to know what emotion is serving you in your connection to self and which emotion is actually a distraction also. And knowing that these emotions aren't ours, they're just emotions. The fear isn't yours, the anger isn't yours, the sadness isn't yours. It's just an emotion that's passing through. So we don't have to accept it as ours. When we accept it as mine, we're claiming it as mine, as opposed to just allowing it to be something separate from us, not something that becomes a part of us, which means that it's become a part of our energetic body and it becomes trapped in our body. So I remind you of the star card, the Oriole. No matter what it is that you're experiencing in your life, it's time for you to put away the worry. It's time for you to put away whatever is weighing on your shoulders, whatever's weighing on your back, whatever's weighing on your heart, your mind, your spirit. And know that you're worthy to experience a beautiful life. You're worthy to give yourself everything that you know that you're deserving of. You know you are deserving of it. Believe it. Believe it and you'll receive it. Because that's how it truly works. Don't wait until you see it to believe it. Believe it and then you'll see it. And every time you receive a message, accept it and declare it as your truth. I began to make that something that I do when I come across something that I want to claim as mine. I'll even put out my hand and declare it and grab it as my truth. And instead of just claiming it, I declare it. It really is time that we start to take back our power and realize how much power we do have. How much power we have to create things because we are a co-creator in this life. The creator of all is experiencing ourselves through what we choose to create through our free will. So the choice is ours. The choice belongs to us. And just like the excuse me. Just like the Oracle says in the Matrix, we already made the choice. We're just here to understand or to understand why we made the choices we made. So just trust and believe that you're not alone in this life. And everything was already written. You agreed to whatever it is that you're experiencing, as difficult as that might sound. But remember too, this isn't the only lifetime we've lived. There's other lifetimes that we're also clearing out energy from. So if you experience something here, it could be because you're clearing out an energy from a choice you made in another lifetime through another human experience. So just trust the process. And trust me, I know it can get difficult. But I promise you, do it for you to trust in source and to trust in yourself that you got this and you can keep going. Because if you're still here, you're meant to. As always, lots of peace and many blessings.